Canto 8. Summary. Before describing the High Tower, Dante recounts an incident that occurred before the last line of the previous canto. Standing on the far side of the Styx, they see two lights and an answering signal. At the signal comes Phlegyas, the boatman of the Styx. As Cerberus and Plutus watch over their circles, Phlegyas watches over the fifth circle. Virgil forces him to carry them across the Styx, so they can continue their journey to the High Tower. While in the boat, one of the wrathful rises up out of the muck and asks Dante who he is. Dante does not oblige, but instead curses the sinner whom he recognizes as Filippo Argenti, a Florentine. The angered soul reaches out to do violence, but Virgil dispenses with him easily, and he returns to the muck. Virgil praises Dante's righteous indignation, after which the pilgrim asks if he can watch Argenti be devoured by the other violent souls. His wish is granted. He watches until Argenti begins tearing his own flesh with his teeth. They cross the Styx and make their way to the gates of Dis. Dante sees the host of demons on top of the gates and hears their taunts. Virgil begs an audience, is received, and comes back angry that these demons will not obey his wish. The canto ends with the pair stalled, but with hints that someone greater is coming who will open the doors for them. Canto 8. The Gates of Dis. I say, continuing, that long before we came to the foot of the high tower, our eyes traveled up to the peak of it, to two small flames we saw positioned there, and another from far off answering the signal, such that the eyes just caught it. I turned around to the sea of all sense and said, "What does this mean? And what answer makes the other fire? Who is lighting them?" His answer was, "Above the filthy waves you can already see what we wait for, unless the swampy fumes hide it from you." A bowstring never let an arrow fly that sped so quickly through the lively air as the small boat through the water I saw coming toward us at that very moment under the rule of a single oarsman, who shouted, "Now you are caught, you cursed soul." "Phlegyas, Phlegyas, you shout but empty words," said my lord. "More of us you will not have, at this time, than the passing of the swamp." As one who hears that he is the victim of a great deceit, and thus resents it, such was Phlegyas, writhing in his anger. My leader climbed into the wooden boat, and then made me enter close behind him. Only with me did the boat seem weighed down. As soon as I and my leader were in, the ancient prow of the wooden boat moved, cutting through the water more than normal. While we were crossing over the dead pond, one rose up in front of me, full of muck, and said, "Who are you, come before your time?" I answered, "If I come, I do not stay, but who are you that have been made so foul?" He said, "You see that I am one who weeps." And I to him, "With weeping and sorrow, stay there, you damned spirit, for I know you, though every inch of you is clothed in filth." Then he tried to grasp the boat with both hands, but the watchful master pushed him aside and said, "Away there with the other dogs." Then he embraced my neck with both his arms and kissed my face, saying, "Superior soul, blessed be she who was with you enwombed. He was in the world a person most proud. Not one good thing adorns his memory. Thus his shade is now furious in hell. How many there above think themselves great, that one day will root in this mud like pigs, leaving behind nothing but rank contempt?" I said, "Master, I would very much like to see, before we move on from this lake, this one thrust beneath the filthy water." He said, "Before that shore allows itself to be seen by you, you will be most pleased. Such a desire needs to be satisfied." Soon after I watched the muddy people begin the ripping apart of that one, such that I still praise and give thanks to God. All shouted, "At Filippo Argenti!" till the volatile Florentine spirit turned on himself with his own tearing teeth. There we left him. More I will not narrate, but my ears were struck by such misery that I earnestly opened wide my eyes. The good master said, "Now, my son, we come to the city bearing the name of Dis, with its grave citizens and mighty host." And I, "Master, indeed I spy its mosques there within this valley. I can discern vermilion most clearly as from the fire." And he said to me, "The eternal fire that is burning there within makes them red, as you have observed in this lower hell." Thus we came to deep moats that fortified the disconsolate city round about. The walls seemed to me to be of iron. Going first a long way round, we landed at a place where the pilot, with loud shouts, said to us, "Get out! Here is the entrance." I saw more than 1,000 on this gate, having rained down from heaven, who were saying quite angrily, "Who is this, without death, that travels through the kingdom of the dead?" My wise master signaled his wish to speak with them there, and to do so privately. They then repressed some of their great disdain and said, "You come alone, let him be gone, he that so daringly enters this realm. Let him run back along his foolish way, or let him try if he can. You must stay, who have led him across such dark districts." Consider, reader, if I quailed at this, even at the mere sound of those cursed words, for I believed I would never return. "Oh, my dear leader, who has restored me to safety 7 times and more, drawn me from the high danger that stood against me, do not leave me," I said, "as one undone. If going further is denied to us, let us find again our steps together, and quickly." The Lord that had brought me there said to me, "Do not fear, our passage here none can halt, by such a one it is willed. Now listen to me and take this comfort. Feed your weary spirit with this good hope. I will not leave you in this lower world." So he goes off and abandons me there, that sweet father, and I am left in doubt, for the yes and no both fight in my head. I could not hear what he proposed to them, but he did not stand with them very long before each turned, fighting to get back in. These, our adversaries, slammed the gate shut in the face of my lord, who, left alone, returned to me with slow, uneven steps. His eyes cast on the earth, his once strong brow shorn of all its boldness, he sighed aloud, "Who denies me the sorrowful houses?" To me he said, "You, though I am angered, do not be shocked. I will conquer this trial, however they hustle to the defense. Their arrogance is not anything new. They tried before at a less secret gate, which still stands uncovered without a lock. Above it you have seen the dead riding. Already on this side comes down the slope, passing through the circles without escort, one who will open to us the city.